Welcome to episode 39 of FTCE Seminar, a teacher certification podcast. I'm your host, Mercedes Musto. In today's episode, we'll be talking about overthinking. Overthinking? Is that really a thing? It sure is. And I know you know what I'm talking about. Let's get started. According to Forbes.com, research suggests that 73% of people ages 25 to 35 chronically ruminate about the past, stress about the present, and worry about the future. Hey, blink twice if you've ever found yourself caught in a web of endless thoughts, hours and hours of rabbit holes, analyzing, overanalyzing everything and everyone every second of the day? Yeah, yep, I knew it. You're an overthinker. Takes one to know one, right? But what exactly is overthinking? Overthinking, simply put, is when we dwell on problems or concerns to an extent that is disproportionate to its significance. Okay, let me explain. The Harvard Business Review explains it like when our minds get caught in unproductive mental loops, often leading to stress, anxiety, and decision paralysis. Do people typically view you as like really thoughtful? I mean, really thoughtful. And you're like, oh, that's so true, because you really are, really full of thoughts. If you can relate, here are 3 effective strategies to help you and me overcome overthinking. Number 1, I like what the folks over at Harvard Business Review have to say. Their advice is to right-size the problem, meaning, are you having a level 10 reaction to a level 1 event? Overthinking often stems from irrational beliefs or catastrophic thinking patterns. Hey, take a step back and critically examine the validity of your thoughts. Are your concerns based on facts or assumptions? Are you catastrophizing potential outcomes or awfulizing about something completely out of your control? By questioning the accuracy of your thoughts, you can gain perspective and reduce the intensity of overthinking. Steps to maintaining a level-headed perspective involve choosing to participate in positive self-talk. Intervention. Use the word think next time you overthink. Think? What's that? Think is an acronym that stands for is it thoughtful, honest, intelligent, necessary, or kind? When my mind wanders to catastrophic gossip or unruly negative self-talk, I ask myself, hey self, is that thought honest, intelligent, necessary, or kind? Think about that the next time you overthink and keep your thoughts healthy, positive, and right-sized. Number 2, set thought boundaries. You know, we've all had to set healthy boundaries with those challenging and sometimes toxic people. Why don't we apply boundaries like thought boundaries to our thought life? First, we need to recognize when your thoughts are like spiraling out of control and consciously intervene. One way to consciously become aware is when you're experiencing overthinking, remember to halt. HALT is an acronym that stands for hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. If you're feeling any of these conditions, then halt and get something to eat, journal out your frustrations, like onto paper or something. Talk to a friend or get some rest. A lot of times I'm prone to sensitive overthinking, and it's actually my brain's response to other red flags that are like being completely exhausted and totally hangry. So remember to make a conscious effort to halt and, hey, take care of yourself. Number 3, practice mindfulness and try a grounding meditation. Well, what does that mean? Well, back to Forbes.com, meditation helps to curb intrusive thoughts. For me, I ground myself in the present moment by becoming aware. So I say to myself, my feet are on the ground. I take a deep breath. Inhale. I can hear the buzzing of electronics. Exhale. I can detect the aroma of fresh coffee. Inhale. I can see the painting on the wall across from me. Exhale. I am aware of my thoughts. Inhale. I can practice halt and think. exhale. When you practice mindfulness in a grounding meditation, you're literally resetting yourself because you know what? You can start your day all over again, and you don't have to let a bad moment turn into a bad day. Hit the pause button on your brain. Do a grounding meditation and start your day all over again. You'll be glad you did. Let's review. Overthinking is a challenge that many of us face, and lucky for us, we have some new tools to add to our overthinking toolbox. By practicing awareness of our thoughts, setting thought boundaries, and applying interventions like the acronyms THINK and HALT, we can cultivate a healthier relationship with our own thoughts. Lastly, we can practice mindfulness and use a meditation to ground ourselves in the present moment, reset, and start our day all over again. For more podcasts about test anxiety, fear of failure, or exam motivation, visit our website at ftceseminar.com. Until then, keep practicing these 3 effective strategies to help you and me overcome the challenges of overthinking. This is your host, Mercedes Musto. Join me again on FTCE Seminar, a Teacher Certification podcast. This podcast was recorded at the Pickens Multimedia Studio at the University of West Florida. This podcast is listener supported. Contributions can be made via the listener support link on Spotify, or you can buy me a coffee at ftceseminar.com.